we need to take care about in understanding this particular respective Java concepts here. So as part of this particular Java concepts, we need to take care about in understanding with that particular inheritance, and then we need to take care about that particular polymorphism, and then taking care about encapsulation. Along with that, taking care about abstraction, and then we need to take care about the one main concept considering the interface. So let's understand what exactly mean by this particular interface and how exactly we can take care about in implementing with this particular interface here. So we need to begin understand it how exactly we can take care about in implementing with this particular concept. Let's understand while explaining this particular concept, looks like lot of confusion will be there. So we'll wait at the end of the session. It will get in a clear picture. Initially, it will have some confusion. Once we write with the program, once we execute the program, at the end of the session, you will get in a clear picture of related to this concept. Let's understand in a very detail what exactly mean by this. While attending with interview, the interview, definitely you may expect with a very regular question. While attending with that particular interview, definitely you can expect with the regular question, the one common question mentioning the difference between abstraction and interface. The one common question you can expect that difference between abstraction and interface. In the same way, you can expect the one more question. The one common question is difference between abstraction and interface. In the same way, you can expect one more question considering the common features or common behavior. Common features or common behavior between abstraction and interface. So the two regular questions we can expect. The one question considering the difference between abstraction and interface. The one question difference between abstraction and interface. In the same way, you can expect one more question considering the common features or common behavior. Common features or common behavior between abstraction and interface. So what exactly mean by that? That you will understand at the end of the session. I mean, what make you common features? What make you the common features? And what make you that particular? What make you the common features? And what exactly that particular difference that you will understand. But before going to that, we need to get comfortable. In understanding what is meant by interface and how exactly we can implement that particular interface that will understand. If I'm taking with the questions, what is the first question you written? Difference between abstraction and interface. What is another question? Common features or common behavior between abstraction and interface. What is mean by that? That you will understand. That you will understand that. But before going to that, let's understand that what exactly the meaning or what exactly the concept of interface here. Okay, let's look into that. Let's understand. Further, to go with the easy understanding, let's go with a very general example. As you guys has been doing the training program. What is the training program we were doing? What is it? Software testing. As you were taking care about doing the training program of software testing, if we take with the designation, what is the first designation you can expect? What is the first designation you can expect? What is it? Software test engineer, or you can consider the software tester. In simple, the regular designation, the first designation, you can expect that software test engineer or software tester. The one regular designation. Once you are working as software tester, once you are working as software tester, you will work for 1 year or you will work for 2 years according to that particular company appraisal process. It can promoted into next level. What is the next level you can expect? What is it? Senior software test engineer. The one we can mention that test engineer or software test engineer, and then it can promoted into next level considering the senior software test engineer. And again, he will work for 3 years or 4 years as a senior tester. Then he will be promoted into next level. What is the next level he will get? What is it? Test lead. Once you have been working as a senior tester, then he will be promoted into next level that he will be considering the test lead here. I mean, you have been started working as a tester and then senior tester and taking with test lead. So while working in the real time, while working in the IT, according to that particular company, according to that particular company, you will be promoted into next levels here. Okay. Now, this concept perfectly okay. Now, see the understanding. If I'm taking with the test lead, if you just consider the test lead, what exactly the job role of the test lead? What is the job role of the test lead? Test lead ఏం perform చేయాలి? Testing the application. Test lead, what is the job role of the test lead? What is it? What is it? What is the main job role of the test lead? The main job role of the test lead. Handling the team perfectly okay. Apart from that, all those things are okay. But the main job, team management okay. Still, Meetings okay? Task preparation okay? The main point, guys. What is it? Test plan. The main objective of the test lead. The main job role of the test lead, we can say that in preparing with test plan, it will take care about training the team members, assigning the task. All those things are perfectly okay. But the main job role of the test lead need to be get take care about in preparing with test plan. See the understanding? We got test lead. The test lead has been taking care about in preparing the test plan. Up to that, okay. If I'm taking the test lead, is that test lead has been preparing any of the test cases? If we take the test lead, is the test lead is preparing any test cases? No. Is the test lead has been preparing any test scenarios? Any test scenarios? No. If I'm taking the test lead has been taking care about in preparing with test plan. He was coming, sorry. He was coming up with the plan of when to start scenarios or when to start test cases. That plan provided by test lead, but not like test lead has been preparing the scenarios or preparing the test cases. If I'm taking with scenarios or if I'm taking with test cases are prepared by test cases prepared by tester. Test scenarios prepared by tester. See the understanding. Plan has been provided by test lead. So plan has been provided by test lead. According to the plan, what exactly the plan is provided? According to the plan, the team members need to take care about in implementing that particular plan. I mean, according to the test plan, when it has been mentioned, need to work on scenarios, need to work on test cases or execution. According to the test plan, the team members taking care about in working according to the plan. In simple, the whole understanding test plan provided by test lead, that particular plan implemented by tester. Plan is provided by test lead, that plan implemented by testers. Otherwise, the very simple example, as simple as assume that you want to take care about in constructing the building. If you want to construct any building, what do you require? Apart from that, to construct any building, mainly what you require? Plan is required. If you want to construct any type of building, plan has been required. Now, that building plan provided by engineer. Nothing but we can consider that architect. Architect has been taking care about in providing with the detailed plan. I mean, how many floors need to be constructed, how many rooms, what will be the sizes, each and every information that building plan provided by architect on paper. If I'm taking the architect has been taking care about providing the detailed plan on paper. As all the plan is very detailed, everything provided on paper, is that we can give the same paper to the customer and then saying that enjoy your house and live on the paper? Is it possible? No, right? So here architect has been taking care about giving all the plan on paper. Is that construction also done on the paper? Is that he'll do that? Is that construction he will do on the paper? No. The plan has been provided on paper, but the construction is not taking on paper according to that plan. What exactly the plan is there, according to that particular plan, according to that plan, the construction provided in different place by different people. Is that architect is constructing the building? Architect is giving the plan, but is it architect is constructing the building? No. So architect has been taking care about in giving the plan. What exactly the plan has been provided according to that particular plan, as it is that construction need to be implemented in other place with other people. So I mean the whole conclusion, the whole concept is always plan provided by one person, implementation done by another person. It can be building or it can be software. Whatever it can be, according to the concept, plan has been provided by one person, that plan implemented by another person. The same thing when it's come to our programming, when it's come to that programming, that plan, what exactly we are saying that plan, we can understand that that plan is equal to, that plan is equal to interface. Our simple understanding, that plan we can say that equal to interface here. I mean according to our test lead or according to architect, how exactly they got provided the plan, in the same way as part of programming. As part of programming, what are all the things need to be get implemented, we can take care about in providing in interface here. As simple, we can understand that interface is equal to plan. Interface is equal to plan. I mean in the interface, we have to take care about, in the interface we have to take care about what are the things need to be implemented. In the interface we have to take care about what are the things need to be implemented. Okay. Now, if you want to create that interface, how exactly we can create interface in programming? In programming, if we want to create interface, how exactly we can create that particular interface? Okay, let's see that. Let's understand. For that, while working programming as usual, we are using one keyword. What is that keyword? What is that keyword? Interface. We are using one particular keyword that we will be taking with interface. I mean, if you want to write, if you want to create static methods, what is the keyword you are using? Static. If you want to write static methods, you are using the keyword of static. If you want to implement, if you want to implement inheritance, what is the keyword you are using? What is the keyword you are using? Extension. If you want to go with abstract class, what is the keyword you are using? Abstract here. So according to the programming, we need to be get, according to the programming, we need to be get understand that what exactly we need to be get understand that what exactly the required syntax need to be get followed. Now, see the concept. If you want to get take care about in creating with interface, we are using the keyword. What is the keyword? Interface. We can provide that interface name according to your comfortable. According to your comfortable, you can take care about in providing with any of that particular name. Depends on your comfortable. You can provide any of the interface name. As simple, while working the programming to get create that particular interface, we are using the keyword. What is the keyword? What is the keyword? Interface. Providing that interface name according to your comfortable, you can provide any of the name. Okay. Now we just created one interface. Okay. According to our understanding, the meaning of interface equal to plan. If I'm taking the interface equal to plan to maintain what need to be implemented, to maintain what need to be implemented according to requirement. According to requirement, we have to take care about in mentioning that what are the things need to be implemented. We need to take care about what are the things need to be implemented. As an example, just an example, taking care about writing some methods, considering that open application, or taking care about writing the method, considering that close application, or writing the method, considering that taking with click, whatever it can be. In simple, we are creating one interface. We are creating one interface. Inside of interface, we need to be get provided. Inside of that interface, we need to be get provided the required methods according to programming. According to programming, we created one interface and provided that interface methods. Okay. Now, as usual, we got interface methods, For these interface methods, implementation provided in another class. For these interface methods, implementation provided in another class. As simple, the regular, we created one interface. For interface, we provided that interface methods. For that interface methods, implementation provided in another class. We need to take care about implementation in another class. According to your comfortable, you can go with any of the class name. Based on your comfortable, you can provide any class name. It doesn't make any problem. We got interface methods. For interface methods, implementation provided in another class. We got interface methods. For these interface methods, we need to take care about in providing the implementation in another class. Now, see the concept. We need to be take care about in creating with that particular interface. For interface methods, implementation provided in another class. If required, we can take care about. Providing implementation in one class, or we can provide in more than one class. If I'm taking with implementation, we can provide in one class, or we can take care about more than one class. So don't be confused. The regular concept, you want to create one interface. You have to create one interface. Create cheyali. To create interface, we are using the keyword. What is the keyword? Interface. If you want to create interface, you are using the keyword interface. For interface methods, implementation. Implementation provided in another class. For interface methods, implementation provided in another class. That implementation can be provided in one class, or it can be provided in another class. According to the requirement, implementation can be provided in one class, or we can provide in more than one class. Okay. Now, again, we need to take care about accessing the methods. We have to take care about in accessing the methods. How we can access the methods? By using object. If we want to access the method, we need to take care about creating the object, nothing but using the object. Okay. Now, while working this particular interface, while working this particular interface, again, creation of object will not be possible for interface. Creation of object will not be possible for interface. See the understanding. We created interface, provided interface methods need to access that interface methods. But according to Java programming, creation of object for interface, will not be possible. Creation of object for interface will not be possible. I mean, whenever you are working interface, whenever you are working with interface, creation of object will not be possible for interface. Because of that, we need to take care about accessing the method. We need to take care about accessing the method by applying the concept of inheritance. What is the meaning of inheritance? No. Meaning of inheritance. Accessing the data from one class to another class. So while working interface, we cannot create an object. Creation of object will not be possible for interface. Creation of object will not be possible for interface. Because of that, again, we are taking the help of inheritance. If I'm taking with inheritance, meaning of inheritance, accessing the data from one class to another class. What are the types of inheritance? What are the types? Single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance. Meaning of single level? Accessing the data from only one class. Meaning of multi-level? Accessing the data from more than one class. Okay. How we can implement inheritance? Using extends. How we can implement multiple inheritance? If you want to implement multiple inheritance, how we can implement? We got single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and taking with multiple inheritance. If I'm taking with this Java programming, Java by default, it will support single level inheritance and multi-level inheritance. By default, it will support single level inheritance and multi-level inheritance. For that, you are using the keyword. What is the keyword? What is the keyword? Extends. Okay. In the same way, we need to take care about in implementing with multiple inheritance. We need to take care about in implementing with multiple inheritance. That particular multiple inheritance, by default we cannot implement. By default, we cannot implement. For that, we are taking the help of interface. We are taking the help of interface. Okay. Now, that particular interface, while working interface to implement that inheritance previously, what is the keyword you are using? Extends. According to our understanding, we are using the keyword of extends to go with single level inheritance and multi-level inheritance. In the same way, for implementing multiple inheritance, you are using interface concept. Along with that, to implement that inheritance in a place of extends keyword. Previously, what is the keyword? Extends. In a place of extends, what is the keyword we will be using? Implements. I mean, whenever you got a requirement of working with single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, go with the keyword of extends only. If you are implementing multiple inheritance, if you are working with multiple inheritance, you need to take the help of interface. Along with that, you are applying inheritance concept. That inheritance concept you are applying by taking the keyword of implements here. So I mean, so here I can take care about the keyword. What is the keyword? Implements of which you will be inheriting that particular interface. In the same way, you can take care about this particular one. You can take care about this particular one. Mentioning that taking with implements, which will be mentioning that implements of that particular web driver, So don't be confused here. How you can understand in the very simple way. As simple, you are taking care about using this extends. Nothing but inheritance. Meaning of inheritance? Accessing the data from one class to another class. If you want to access the data, from class, it can be the regular class or it can be abstract class. It can be the regular class or it can be abstract class. If you want to access the data, from class, you can use the keyword. What is that keyword? Extends. Now the requirement. Previously, you were trying to access the data from class. It can be regular class or it can be abstract class. But now the requirement accessing the data from interface. You want to access the data from interface. If you want to access the data from interface in a place of extents, what is the keyword you are using? What is the keyword you are using? Implements. I mean, how simple you can understand. The concept is data. You want to access the data according to the requirement. According to the requirement, you need to understand. You need to understand is that we need to access the data from class or need to access from interface. According to the requirement, you need to understand that is that you need to access the data from class or need to access the data from interface. In simple, you want to access the data from class. Go with extends. If you want to access the data from interface, go with implements. That is what the simple understanding, the very simple concept. If you want to access the data from class, go with extends. If you want to access the data from interface, you need to go with implements. Okay. So now let's try to get answers for the questions you written. What is the first question you written? Difference between abstraction and interface. What is the next question? Common features or common behavior between abstraction and interface. So previously it got abstract. Now you got interface. Just compare both the things and see that is there any common features? What are the common features? What is it? Implementation provided in another class. When you are working abstraction, for abstract method, implementation provided in another class. In the same way, for interface methods also, implementation provided in another class. The first common behavior, in simple, implementation provided in another class. The first common behavior, the first common feature between abstraction and interface. We can say that implementation provided in another class. Method implementation provided in another class. Any other common behavior between abstraction and interface? You're already knowing it, right? Other common behavior. For abstract class, can we create object? If we take the abstract class, can we create object? If I'm taking abstract class, Can we create object for abstract class? No. Can we create object for interface? For interface, can we create object? No. So the common behavior between abstraction and interface, creation of object will not be possible for abstraction and interface. Creation of object will not be possible for interface and abstraction. So these two things, you can consider that common behavior between abstraction and interface. So in simple, the one behavior, what is the common behavior? Method implementation provided in another class. What is another one? Creation of object will not be possible. Creation of object will not be possible. So these two are common behavior, common features between abstraction and interface. Okay. In the same way, is there any difference? Any difference between abstraction and interface? Extends. Okay. See the understanding. The one difference when we are creating abstract class, what is the keyword we are using? When we are creating abstract class, what is the keyword we are using? What is it? Abstract. While creating the abstract class, we are using the keyword of abstract. Okay. In the same way, we are creating interface. While creating the interface, what is the keyword we are using? What is the keyword we are using? Interface. To create abstract class. We are using keyword of abstract. To create abstract class, we are using keyword of abstract. In the same way, to create interface. What is the keyword? Interface. To create the keyword, we are using interface. Okay. Now, as simple, the first difference, we can say that keyword. The first difference between abstraction and interface. The first difference between abstraction and interface, we can say that keyword. While working abstraction, we are using keyword of abstract. We are using keyword of abstract. While working interface, we are using keyword of interface. While working interface, we are using keyword of interface. First difference, keyword. Second difference, implementing inheritance. Second difference, implementing inheritance. I mean, while working abstraction, while working abstract class, while working abstraction or while working abstract class, we are implementing inheritance. How we are implementing inheritance? While working abstract class, how we implemented inheritance? Using the keyword of extends. While working abstract class, we implemented inheritance by using the keyword of extends here. In the same way, while working interface, we are implementing inheritance. How we are implementing inheritance? While working interface, how we are implementing inheritance? Using the keyword of implements. Don't be confused. The difference between abstraction and interface. First difference, keyword. While working abstraction, using the keyword of abstract. While working interface, using the keyword of interface. First difference. Second difference, implementing inheritance. Second difference, implementing inheritance. While working abstraction, implementing inheritance using the keyword of extends. In the same way, while working interface, we are implementing inheritance by using the keyword of implements. So that is what we can say that common features, and we can say that difference here. Looks like same, but having the difference here, need to be get comfortable in explaining the common features and explaining that particular difference here. So now let's understand by writing with the program. Let's take care about in writing that particular program. Writing with the program, as usual, you need to take care about in creating with class. We need to take care about in writing with the program, that we will take care about in creating with that particular respective class. If I'm taking with class name need to be start with capital letter. So if I'm taking with the class name need to be get start with capital letter, followed with the same. You need to be get followed with the same. Now, according to your comfortable, you can take care about according to your comfortable. You can take care about in providing any of the class name that you will be taking with Chrome driver, which you will be taking with that particular class name that you will be taking with Chrome driver. According to your comfortable, you can take care about in providing with any of that particular class name. Okay, so we got provided that particular respective class name. Okay, now we need to take care about in creating with interface. We need to take care about in creating with interface. To create interface, what is the keyword we will be using? What is the keyword? Interface. You will be using with the keyword water bottle. You will be using the keyword that you will be taking with interface. You need to be get provide. That particular interface name according to your comfortable. you are comfortable, you can take care about in providing with any of the name. According to you are comfortable, you can take care about in providing with any of the name. Okay. Now created interface. Inside of interface need to take care about in providing that methods according to your comfortable you can take care about in providing with any of the methods according to your comfortable you can take care about in providing with any of the methods. Now we created interface. What is the interface name we provided? What is it? WebDriver. Right. See the understanding. What is the name we provided? WebDriver. We created one interface. Now for these interface methods, implementation need to provided in another class. For these interface methods, we need to be get provide implementation in another class. I'm just taking care about creating that particular respective class need to be get provide that particular class taking care about in providing that particular respective implementation. Just printing with the statement mention that Firefox open, then you will be taking another method. So considering that close application and then taking care about in printing with the statement that you will be taking with Firefox close. Okay. Now, according to our requirement, we can provide implementation in one class or we can provide implementation in more than one class. According to the requirement, we can provide implementation in one class or we can take care about in providing implementation in more than one class. Okay. Now, see the understanding. We created one interface for interface methods. Implementation provided in another class. Okay. Up to this, perfectly okay. Now, I need to run the program. If you want to execute the program, what do you require? To execute any Java program, what do you require? What is it? Main method. To execute any Java program, you require main method taking care about in providing that particular main method. Okay, done. Now we need to get access for method. How we can access a method? By using object. According to our understanding, can we create object for interface? No. According to our understanding, we cannot create object for interface. Because of that, we are creating object for class. See the understanding. We are not creating the object for interface. Rather than that, we are creating object for class. I'm just taking care about that class name, object name equal to new class name, and then accessing the method that will be taking with open application and taking with close application. Okay. Now, see the whole understanding. We created one interface. We created one interface. Okay. And then we created class and we provided implementation and we provided main method. Up to this, okay. Now, what I will do is I'll try to execute. I will try to execute this program. If I'm executing this program, will this program will execute or it will give an error? If I run this program, will the program will execute or it will give an error? Online students, error or execute? Error. Error or execute, guys? First execute it, sir, then we'll decide. Error. Okay. Why you will get error? Why we need to get error? We have not provided that implements. Okay. Let me try. Taking the right click. What is option? What is option? Run as Java application. Okay. Let me execute. Any error? Error or executed? Executed. There is no error. Okay. Let me try one more time. This time, what I will do is I will create object for this Chrome driver. I will create object for this Chrome driver. I'll just take care about I'm creating object for this particular Chrome driver and then accessing the method taking with open application and taking with close application. Okay, done. Now I'll run the program. If I run this program, program will execute or error? If I run this program, will this program will execute or it will give an error? Execute. Error. None of the above. Okay. Let me try on that. Right click. Run as. What is it? Java application. Okay. Executed or not? Okay. Now what I will do is in the same program, I'm deleting the interface. I'm just deleting this. Now there is no interface at all. Now I'll run the program. The program will execute. Now if I run the program will execute or it will give an error? Execute. No. Program will execute or it will give an error? Okay. What is the option? Okay. Run as Java application. Okay. Executed. Executed or not? Okay. Now what I will do is, I will add this interface. Now I'll add the interface and I'll run the program. See that any difference in the output. Previously, we deleted interface, executed the program executed. Now I'm adding interface and then I'll run the program. We'll see that any difference in the output. Any difference? No. Now, my doubt is, if I'm deleting the interface, program is working? Working or not? If I delete the interface, program is working? It is working. If I'm adding the interface, program is working? Any difference in the output? No. Then what is the use of interface? What is the use of interface then? If I'm not writing the interface, program perfectly working. If I'm writing the interface also, program perfectly working. So there is no difference in the output also. As there is no difference, then why we are taking interface? Almost last from 1 hour we are saying interface. What is the use of that? Okay. Now let me try by taking the connectivity. Let me try by taking the connectivity, that inheritance. What is the keyword? Implements. I'm taking with implements, that is WebDriver, and here also taking with implements. What is it? WebDriver. Okay. Now I'll run the program. Program will execute. If I run the program will execute or not? Execute. Execute or error, guys? Execute. Okay. See that any difference in the output? Any difference? No difference. Interface is provided, program working. Interface not provided, program working. Interface connected, interface not connected, the same output. Is there any difference in output? No. Then what exactly this concept here? Why this concept has been came into the picture while working programming? So that is what I told, that this interface concept looks like confusion, looks like understanding all the things, and looks like not understanding anything. Okay. Now, let's come to the conclusion here. Why exactly this interface came into the picture? How we need to take care about this concept. To understand that, let's go with our regular example. In simple, you guys are doing the training program. What is the training program you are doing? What is it? Software testing. Okay, perfectly okay. Why you are doing this training? Yeah. Why you are doing this training, guys? What is it? What is it? To get in a job. Okay. For the purpose of getting the job, you are doing the training program. Yes or no, guys? No. Why you are doing this training program? For the purpose of getting the job, you are doing this training program. That part okay. Now assume that you are doing the training program. I'll be completing the training program. After completing the training program, next what you will do? Directly job. Waiting for completion of the training program, sir. Immediately we'll go for high-tech city and then joining, sir. Uh-huh. In between, what do you have to do? What do you have to do, guys? You need to do the job search. Nothing but you need to attend the interviews. Yes or no, guys? Or without attending the interview, will get in a job. That kind of talent is there. By seeing the face, they will give job. Huh? No, right? You have to take care about. You need to take care about in attending the interview. See the concept here. See the concept. Target is to get in a job. For getting the job, you have to take care about attending the interview. Okay. While attending the interview, while attending the interview, in the interview also, you may heard about walk-in interview. Heard it or not? Okay. In the same way, you may heard about the one walk-in interview, another one. What is it? Referral walk-in. One is walk-in interview. Another one, referral walk-in. See the concept here. The target need to get in a job. For getting the job, what you have to do? You need to attend the interview. Either you can take care about attending the interview of walk-in interview, or you can take care about in attending with referral walk-in. It can be walk-in or it can be referral walk-in. What is the target? Job. Is that walk-in means you will get one job, referral walk-in means you will get two jobs? No, right? So if the target is you need to get in a job. For getting the job, you may take care about attending with interview. One is walk-in interview, another one referral walk-in. Up to this, you are very clear. Clear or not, guys? Okay. Now my question, my doubt. You got walk-in interview, you have referral walk-in. Is there any difference in these two? Walk-in, referral walk-in. Any difference, guys? Yes, sir, no, sir. Even after vacation, also no energy. You need to have more energy, guys. Even this Sunday, also, you are having the class. You need to have in a plan according to that. Online students also. All the online students also. This Sunday will have in a class. Timings? Timings 10 to 12. Have in a plan according to that. All online students also. This Sunday will be having in a class. Have in a plan according to that. The timings 10 to 12 in the same building. In the same building, you will be having the classes here. Have in a plan according to that. As you got vacation, you record more energy, guys. Okay. What is the difference? Walk-in, referral, walk-in. Yeah. Difference, guys. Walk-in means? Okay, walk-in. Okay. Referral walk-in? Running. Walk-in is walk-in, sir. Referral walk-in, running, sir. Metro. Okay. Now, see the understanding. See the understanding. If I'm taking with walk-in interview, if I'm taking with the walk-in interview, directly you will attend that interview, right? Just will take the resume and directly will go with in attending the interview. If I'm taking with referral walk-in means indirect. Referral walk-in. Already working. Yeah. Referral walk-in, guys. The referral walk-in is you have to take care about, need to take reference from any employee or one employee of the company. Any employee of the company or one employee of the company. Reference means is that reference need to be provided by only one employee of the company or any employee of the company. Any employee. He has to belongs to that company. So in that company, any employee can take care about in having with reference here. See the understanding. The meaning of walk-in, directly need to attend the interview. Referral walk-in, need to take reference from any employee and then need to attend the interview. Now see the concept here. Target, what is the target? Getting the job. For getting the job, what you are doing? Attending the interview. While attending the interview, what are the options? Walk-in, referral walk-in. Meaning of walk-in? Attending directly. Meaning of referral walk-in? Taking the reference of any employee. You can take the reference of any employee and then attend the interview. Okay, done. Now come to the Java. Let's come to our programming. In programming, requirement is need to perform action. While working with the programming, need to be get perform action. So according to the programming, how we can perform the action? By using, what is it? Method. Okay. So if I'm taking the programming, need to be get perform the action. So that action we can perform by taking the method. That method available in class. See the understanding now. If I'm taking the method, methods can be available in class. Methods can be available in class if required. Methods can be available in interface. See the understanding. Requirement, need to perform the action. To perform the action, you are taking the method. Method can be available in class or method can be available in interface. Now our required method, it can be available in class or it can be available in interface. Perfectly okay. Assume that your required method available in class. How you can access? By using object. Nothing but directly you can create the object. And then you can access a method. If your required method available in class, directly you can create the object and then you can access. In case your required method available in interface, if your required method available in interface, For interface, can we create object? No. For interface, we cannot create object. For interface, we cannot create object. I mean, directly we cannot create object. Directly we cannot access methods of interface. Directly we cannot access methods of interface. Because of that, while working interface, taking reference of class, while working interface, taking with reference of the class, and then accessing that particular method, taking with reference of class. Now see the understanding. In simple, if your required method available in class, no worries, directly you are creating the object. In case if your required method available in interface, while working interface, directly we cannot create object. Because of that, we need to take care about reference of the class. We need to take care about reference of the class and then accessing the method. In simple, how you can understand? Job is nothing but need to perform action. Interview is nothing but method. That walk-in interview is nothing but class. Your referral walk-in is nothing but interface. So understand that concept, very easily can understand it. So that is how the interface has been came into the picture. So how we can do the reference of the class, what is the syntax need to be followed, that will understand that. Previously we got take care about creating the object directly. Now we need to perform the same thing by taking with reference of the class here. So that we need to understand. So that we'll look into that. So tomorrow we'll complete that syntax. And finally, what is the last concept? Exception handling.